Okay, well, that handsome fella behind me is Dwight Yorke, former Manchester United, Trinidad and Tobago. Dwight is Trinidad and Tobago's new football coach, and there's some hope that his greatness as a player will rub off as a coach. Let's have a quick chat. People say that Dwight is a bit limited as a coach. Not his fault. Dwight has been trying to get coaching opportunities for about a decade now or more, and it was just a matter. Let's face it, black ex-players in England don't get a lot of chances in England or just about anywhere. Ask John Barnes, he will go into great detail about this with you. Um, Dwight was listed on the net about 10 years back or around 2016 as the under 16 coach at Man United. We all know that he went to Australia. He had a bit of success there, winning some hardware in Australia before having to leave the club. So he did pretty well with the one opportunity he had. I'm pretty sure he was Russell Latapy's assistant when Latapy was the coach of the TNT team. But to be honest with you, Dwight's lack of experience is through no fault of his own. I think Dwight should have taken a chance with maybe some youth teams in Trinidad and Tobago, like under 20, under 16, and cut his teeth, so to say, get blooded. But to be honest with you, being associated with Trinidad and Tobago football is a perilous experience. You know, it's fraught with headache. You know, in my youth we'd say pull stones, but it's not easy. But Dwight, no doubt, he's got a brilliant football mind. He's a brilliant footballer. We all know this, and he's been given a chance with a national team. Can Dwight do the job? The thing is, no matter how great Dwight is, Dwight cannot do the job by himself. Dwight needs the proper support of the FA and by extension the government and corporate Trinidad and Tobago. We have an FA that had a horrible history of football administration, financial transparency, and paying their coaches. Let us bear in mind that up to about a year and a half ago, this organization was $100 million in debt. It has now been reduced somewhat, I think by about 33 odd percent or something, or down to 63% of the debt by the NOC, the Normalization Committee. Yes, there's a new board. Yes, it's not their fault. It's never anybody's fault. And the rubbish in TNT football continues with most of the administrations. I know there are one or two pockets of reasonable efficiency here and there, but people fed up after 40 plus years of terrible administration. We're fed up. We're fed up. So what is my point? My point is Dwight can't do it by himself. We need an administration that is competent, that is transparent, that can work with the government and evoke the faith and inspire government and corporate Trinidad to want to support them. Also, our FA has not been very good at international matches. How are you going to get anywhere without an international schedule? Jamaica has one. Costa Rica has one. Anybody who matters in CONCACAF has one. We have had no proper program from our players from under 16 up to the senior team for years now. The youths might get a few games before a tournament. The national senior team has been getting the odd game with the Jamaica B team, Grenada or Guyana, whoever else wants to play us. Look at our international fixtures compared to Jamaica, Costa Rica, or Panama. We're a joke. Now, if the FA can't administrate organized matches, get free enterprise to help you out. There was a time when Trinidad had no problem bringing down teams. Get free enterprise to help. Another thing is we're hoping Dwight can use whatever contacts he has to get players abroad who are decent and of quality and eligible for TNT. Two players we've missed out on for different reasons are the sons of two legends, Steve David's son Tyler David and Leroy De Leon's son Nick De Leon. Tyler David, don't know what really happened to this guy. He never seemed to be called up for Trinidad. Was a very solid defender. Played a lot of MLS football. He's now about 30 years old. He's been out of football for 2 years. So, he's finished. Nick De Leon, wonderful player, midfielder / defender. Scored a lot of goals in his MLS career. Sadly, he's 34 now. He's been out of football for 3 years. Turned down Trinidad, say between 2012, 2015. And around 2016ish, his father said he was willing to get a passport and play for Trinidad. Don't know whatever happened. These were two talented guys. We could have really used them. We missed out. There are three brothers presently in Holland. They're the Peen brothers. Their dad is Trini. Mom is Dutch. DeSivio, Deron, and Devin. That man like the D's, eh? Start off with DeSivio, 28 years old. A guy who was a pretty quality player in his youth. Played for the USA under 20 team. Played first division football in Holland while he was still a teenager, is presently playing third tier in Holland. Devon, I can't say this man's name. It looks like Deron. He is playing second division in Holland. He's a defender. And the youngest of the bunch, Devin Peen, I hope I'm right. I can't read my own handwriting, Ashim. Devin Peen, He's playing second division in Holland for his club's youth team. These are all defenders. They're obviously playing a higher level of football, most of them, than our Trini players. There's no reason we can't bring them in or watch their videos and bring them in for a trial with the national team. Nothing wrong with defenders, especially if we can get a roving defenders, guys who can go up front and make things happen. For example, Alvin Jones, or in the old days, Brian Williams, and, guys like that. So, Dwight, I'm sure, will have his scouting going on. Can Dwight do it? Nobody knows. Dwight cannot do it by himself. That's the most important thing. We have to have an FE that can give him the proper assistance. Don't set the man up. Don't set him up and then fire him because he failed. Because I don't see the FE firing themselves when they fail. All right, so I wish Dwight Yorke nothing but the best. Let's hope the Smiling Assassin can get us to the World Cup. Let me just conclude by saying this is the easiest chance Trinidad and Tobago will ever have a chance to qualify for the World Cup. By default, because they're hosting, Mexico, USA, and Canada have already qualified. There are now 3 other spots, 6 spots to CONCACAF. First time in history this has ever happened. And I mean, you're saying all we have to do is come 4th, 5th, and 6th. Because the first 3 is already settled. And these guys were probably going to qualify for the World Cup anyway. And other than Jamaica and Costa Rica, if we get a little bad mind, a little attitude, we could be one of the 3. Yes, Panama plays football, El Salvador, Honduras, Guatemala, good, but they're not better than us. The TNT team right now needs to find some additional punch up front and in the midfield. The few talents we have in that area, some of them just not big enough, they can't handle the big boys. And the others okay, but we need to find some additional firepower up front. Levi Garcia cannot do it all by himself. So I wish Dwight the best, and I hope the FA does their job, be responsible, be transparent, and people will want to help you. And, let's organize some internationals. Dwight Yorke can have the team playing against whom? They have to have an international schedule. I wish you the best, Dwight.